Hello and welcome to Dario Comics, and today we go a bit into anatomy and the skeleton before I will recommend some books to you and maybe what practice you can do and how this helped me get back to study anatomy and why it matters and how it can help. And I guess I will link down below to videos that were also very helpful. And I want to talk a bit about the mindset of fundamentals, which I did learn, but I also skipped then again to just produce artwork. So the work you know from me is maybe, it's not up to par with the best, and that's okay. That's just where I started, and I'm trying to remedy that and to build stronger foundations, stronger bones, so that I can understand. And I want to show you the things I've drawn, and then I will show you a couple of books I used, and yeah. Let's first go over these. Like, I was just getting a feeling for the things I was drawing, trying to understand where everything fits together. Sometimes also like checking out the names of the things and how they relate, how far they go. So that's great work. So to understand the bones and how they fit together, because after a while I recognized patterns and I was counting some bones and did understand how things fit together and work together. And some things I didn't understand. Then I looked from a different perspective and I started to try to understand. Like this bone here, I guess this bone comes, it goes from the sternum. This is the sternum, and then it goes underneath the collarbone and goes to the back. And if you want to obsess, like, I guess these are 7 bones, the collarbones. Then you have like chest bones, and then you have bones for the lumbar region. And it was very interesting also drawing this, and not so much getting it right, but more feeling it out. And how the spine flows and goes, where the parts are. And I used this book. I will come to this book in a second. And I was using this book, and I was using the internet and a bit of Andrew Loomis. So if you want to draw anatomy, you need good references, but work with what you have and try to figure out. I guess these skeletons are just Google images or something like that. And then I was studying again, like the human figure is like 8 heads, and then you saw me making 8 circles or 8 squares, as you can see here. And I was trying to get it right. If I have 8 heads, where does it all fit together? How does it come together? And we'll go in a second how I think. No, let's make it bright again. I was getting a head, how the head works, how much of the spine I can see, and trying to get the things right, but also trying to get a measure how long the arms are, where they go, that they go till the belly button, and then the second bones of the arm go down here and end where your, how do you call it, pelvis ends, and then the hands start, and how the hand starts, and how it is made of which bones, and how long like these bones are, and if they are as long as the top torso, and yeah. just trying to get a hang of it. And then from the back. And you should maybe carve out time to do this. Like it's just knowledge seeping into your cells and you knowing what you have to think about. Like in front it's the collarbone, but then you have one bone that's the antagonist on the back with the shoulder blades, and then you're starting to realize how thick all this is, and that the nerves, that the bone marrow goes through this, and the nerve endings go through this, and there's always a short gap here. And then in the books I will show you in a second, you can see that the hips are wider for women and narrower for men, and it's always one big thick bone at the top and then two small bones or two smaller bones, one thick bone and two smaller bones, or it's not smaller bones, but you get a hang of it. It's always 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you figure out what the rest is and how it relates, how it stands, and that's all a good thing. And then I was checking, like, if I have to check, can I just say 8 heads? Is a human 8 heads long, or can I just do 1, 2, 3, and then half that and make the head? Like, you see, you have 3 equal parts, or roughly 3 equal parts, and then you half that. Like, I don't know how you could measure that, but 3.5 or 8 heads, and then I knew, okay, this has to be this long and this long. And when we then go into a different perspective, like not drawing the bones, but just sketching out the body with rougher shapes, then we know how to measure that. And this is where I was getting to. You can see. So I'm just showing the process, and I recommend for you to create a process for yourself where you can draw this. I was trying. This is just like the beginning of studying this again. Maybe fundamentals you should return to them maybe from month to month and refresh it till it's second nature, till you don't have to think about these things. Like, maybe this is something you need to just memorize so you can play this game. As you can see, this girl looks not good, but I guess the more I study it, the more I draw it, the better it will get, and it will just become second nature. He was drawing, but I was also getting a bit bored already. I was getting the hang of it, and I was thinking, okay, I'm getting it. I have to study this individually, or from time to time, or makes time to create. Like, this is the shoulder blade, and here goes and at a certain point you will not need this. Like, you will just make a circle, and here you will make the torso, and then you will automatically, like, it will become second nature. And this is why I'm stressing this a bit. But I was trying to understand every bit, at least very roughly, so I could I could know how the things lie in there. And yeah, I will show you shortly. Then I was trying this. It was shown in this book that I will show you in a second, just how the bones relate, how they fit together, and very interesting, I guess. I guess I have to make a practice out of this, not too much, because, like, I want to also produce content, but I guess you sometimes go back to the fundamentals, and then you hop into the work, then you work it, then you go back, check out if your fundamentals are still strong, or if they're weak. If they're weak, you make them stronger. And yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing. And then this was the end. And then I was starting to get back into these rougher shapes, like the way you prepare maybe your drawing or your blue pencils. and this was the best I could do with just the knowledge I had. And as you can see, it's okay, but it's not good enough. And now I will go into like this book, but take what you have. But just to show you this book, where I've put in the signs. Wait a second. Yeah, here the skull. Here you have the head. Here you have the skull. Then, like it's a cool book. I don't know if you need it, but it's not bad. And then he goes into the muscles and how you draw an eye and how you can make it simplify. But for now, I think it was important to study a bit the skeleton and then how you make this babe. And sometimes when you start right here or right here, you don't have no idea like why this is. But yeah, you start memorizing and I don't know. So I was using this book, which I think is a very good book. Maybe I am going through it like bit by bit and nugget by nugget. And as you can see, this was where I took my arms, and this one's called Drawing Cutting Edge Anatomy by Christopher Hart. He has other books too. And then another good book I can recommend was I have also some Andrew Loomis. Check out his books where you can get him. These books are like, as you can see, real head, how you construct a head, hands, everything. Like get a book of these and work through it in your own tempo, your own pacing. And I want to say Drawing the Head and the Figure by Jack Ham is also a very good book, because like you get already the money shots, but he's also doing like this and a lot of other drawings, and I can recommend this. I was also studying right here, like he will show you the shapes, the muscles, how he shades it then with skin, and it's a great book. I can recommend it, but whatever you want to do, like here how to approach a hand. And I guess I will take the time and work through this. I did, then I skipped it to just draw comics. Now I'm returning, and that's always a good sign to make your fundamentals a bit stronger. Also a good book, which I can, I guess, recommend, but I haven't read it yet, is this Bridgman's Life Drawings. Let's focus it. And he writes a lot, like it's also a written book, but then he will show you movement, rhythm. Wait a second, but in the back of the book, it's also like, I don't know, I have to go through it, but I saw a lot of good things also here, like, see. And then he leads you through the skull and how he builds it. And it's very rough, but it's good to rough in things this hard, because yeah, you will get a strong sense of the blockiness and how to put in, and then the lighting will be easier, because if you have a blocky creature or figure like this, it's not hard to see how the light hits here, how this is gray and how this is dark. So yeah, I'm coming now to an end, and then the next videos, I guess I will review a few comics, and then I will come back to muscles and figure drawing and stuff like that. Also, I'm working on my comic, The Last Pickup Artist, and yeah, I'm just taking you on the journey with me. Stay tuned, and we see us.